Do you want to know what it's like to have a one-on-one skincare coaching with me? So hello, I'm Lindsay, 47. I am a licensed esthetician of over 15 years, and you're not going to hear this very much. I'm also a licensed thermographer. Yes. So if you don't know what that is, I basically have a medical grade infrared camera, and I see inflammation in the body, variations of temperatures in the body, and I'm able to, it's a great health discovery tool. So I literally see what's going on from the inside out of the body, which of course shows within your skin. And I can't wait to share of what it's like to have a one-on-one coaching, personalized session with me. So listen to this episode. We're going to talk with Erin. She is plant-based. She wants a simple routine, and I'm going to tell you exactly how to get that. Listen for my adjustments, how I tweak her routine, and how it's going to help you. Erin, okay, we're going to jump into skin coaching with me. I'm so excited. So tell everybody, well, and me too, where are you located? What's your age? And I would love to know also, like, where do you mainly shop for your beauty products?
Okay. I'm 44. I have to think about that because I typically tell everybody I'm 32. I'm 44, born in 1980. I am currently in Boise, Idaho. And my skincare stuff is either at the facial place that I go to, it's Eminence, and I either buy it there, or if it's on Amazon for less expensive, then I do buy it there.
Okay, so you buy it at the spa that you go to.
I was, and then some of it is, I can get like subscribe and save with Amazon. It's still Eminence, and I just get that with subscribe and save. And then my makeup is 100% pure.
Now, when you buy it from Amazon, just to clarify, because a lot of people don't know this, you are going to the actual Eminence store, right?
I need to look, but it is the exactly what comes is no.
Very important. A lot of people don't know this. So I know this from insiders because obviously I owned a spa, and all the brands would, sell directly. So of course I want to sell my clients the products. And then some clients would literally take a picture of it and be like, that's okay. What about on Amazon later? I'm like, yeah, but you're not really getting the same thing. So the reason why I want to tell you this is brands are on Amazon, but the only reason they're on Amazon is because Amazon, they make them. Otherwise they'll have all those counterfeit people. So you don't really know what's in that product. So make sure that you go to the actual brand store on Amazon. But here's a little secret a lot of people don't know. They mainly do not put all of their products on there. They only put like a few, like it's a teaser, because they're just trying to let you know, hey, we are on Amazon, but also go to your spa and, help promote.
That's probably true, because there's only like one that I can get there, and then the rest I have to buy at the spa.
Exactly. So I hate to tell you, and I know it's a convenience thing, but support your local spa owner, and you're making her day. She's, you know what? Think about her. She's ordered it. She's unpacked it. She's put that little tag on it. She's put it on the shelf. She's made it with all the seasonal cute things. Let her have her. Give her.
That's a good. Yeah. No, you know me and money, so I'm like, yes, supporting somebody locally, absolutely.
You'll feel good. But a lot of people don't know about Amazon, so I will tell you that. Now, you're plant-based too, right?
Yes.
Or vegan? You're okay. That's important, because especially when you're talking to somebody who, I won't tell you to eat the meat that I do in the raw milk. And so I was like, okay, I know what to concentrate on also with your skin protocol. Now, tell me what your primary concern is. And then also I would love to know a detailed list of what you're actually using in your skincare routine.
Like, as you can see on the screen, like obviously when I laugh or when I exercise, my cheeks get red, which is fine. But sometimes I feel like, even my kid told me last night, she's like, Mom, you've got such red skin. And so when I look at your skin and then I look at my skin, I'm like, clearly there's a difference. So not to the point of like, I'm not into, and I know you're not either, but like the manufactured Botox stuff. But like, is there something to, I'm just going to say it, like your skin looks a little bit different than mine.
By the way, this is on YouTube, so you can watch it on there. What are you seeing specifically? And I'm not trying to like, oh yeah, tell me about my skin, because I want to know exactly what you're seeing in my skin that you want.
I think your skin glows more than my skin glows.
Okay.
I think it's obviously less red.
And I have rosacea, by the way.
So, and yeah, I think it looks dare I say, I think it looks tighter than my skin. That's what like comes to me, right? It looks like that you're doing clearly something or many things different than I am. And so I would say the less red, almost kind of like you just had a facial, but it's not, super shiny. It's you got makeup on, that kind.
Okay. Now let's go. And so I can't wait to tell you about some things that I do. And then you told me that sometimes you'll start out a beauty routine and then you'll stop it and you haven't explored it because either you haven't built up the habit or it feels like too much to do and to keep going.
Yes, totally. Like a lot of times, like when you either go get a facial, like the lady comes out and she's got the form, and she probably used like 30 things on my face. Yeah. And it's just like, I think there's the balance here of like, I'm not going to use 30 products on my face. I'm pretty simplistic. So like knowing that about myself, what are 3, 4, 5 things that I can do for my skin? But I'm not going to be that person that's going to that's my kid. She's got her whole entire, cabinet is full of all kinds of stuff. I asked her last night, how many mascaras you have? I have 1. She has 3, And so I'm just not that person. And instead of me trying to fit into a mold or a box, how can we work with 3 to 5 things that I can use on a consistent basis that are pretty simple and easy to use that I can build up the habit and then stick with it? Because I think a lot of times in the past, I've had suggestions, but it's an hour routine. I don't want to spend, and maybe that's some coaching I need, but like, I don't know if I want to spend an hour in the morning and an hour at night doing all of this stuff.
How many minutes do I have with you to spend that? Just so I know. Because when I build out your routine, I really want to know, like, how many minutes?
Like when I get out of the shower, like, what am I willing to do?
Like actually include your steps in the shower because you're washing your face in the shower. To me, that's a step.
Yep.
Yeah. Like if you had your ideal, like I only want to spend X amount of time on my skin a night and in the morning, how much is it?
I think probably 30 minutes is probably.
Oh, wow. That's a lot. I thought I had
like a lot.
Or 8. Boy,
I don't know. I'm like, maybe, but like, yeah. And maybe 30 minutes
every day. Sold. I can do that.
Maybe 30 minutes is, but I mean, here's the thing too. If you're seeing results, are you more, right? It's just like working out, right? Like someone in the beginning may say, oh, I'm not willing to work out for 45 minutes a day, or I don't want to do this class. But then you start seeing the results and you're like, yeah, I'm willing. It feels good. So I think there's probably a little bit of that balance too, that I haven't seen results. And so then it's like, why am I spending 30 minutes when I could be reading in bed or whatever versus, yeah. So
that's true. Good news. I don't even spend 30 minutes a day.
Okay, good.
On my skin. I have a toddler. I do not have that time. So this is exciting. I'm going to tell you everything. Now let's go down a list real quick of what you're currently using so what is your face wash?
It's the 𝐿 Acai face wash.
Okay. And then that's what you use in the shower. Do you use that in the morning too?
Not typically, no.
What do you do in the morning?
Probably nothing.
Good. Yeah, I love that.
I go to the gym, so I don't really do much.
You don't need that. Now, when you I know I don't want to jump from topic to topic, but just really quickly when you said that, after you go to the gym, are you sweaty at the gym?
Oh, very. Yes.
So what are you doing? Are you spraying like a hypochlorous acid on your skin after?
I'm saying no. For those of you listening, my answer is no.
Do you know what that is?
No.
Okay. So what are you doing after the gym?
Maybe washing my face sometimes, but sometimes I'm just like probably washing my face, but that's about it. I don't really do it. Now, today when I came home from Legree, I had another podcast that I recorded. So I was like, okay, I am going to wear makeup, but I'm not going to take a shower. So I did wash my face with the acai, and then I did put on my 𝗀𝐶 and 𝗀𝐶, I don't know how to pronounce that. And then I put on the bamboo fluid, the Eminence, and then I put my makeup on today.
And that is she's saying, and I actually don't know how to pronounce this, 𝗀𝐶, I don't know, 𝗀𝐶𝐴. It's a great brand, by the way, but it's essential hydrating oil, right? That's
yes,
what you use?
Correct.
Okay. So you use the Eminence face wash, then you use the hydrating oil in your skincare routine. Then you use a firming fluid by Eminence, is that correct?
It's the bamboo. Sometimes it's the bamboo firming fluid, and then it's still another firming fluid, but there's like a strawberry, I think. It's the same Eminence, but it's just, it smells good. And so sometimes I'll do that in the summertime, but the bamboo feels a little bit thicker. So I typically tend to that.
Okay. And then and you have what's your next step? Then you put a moisturizer on top of it?
And then I put the Eminence Coconut Age Corrective Moisturizer on after.
Okay. And then you also use 100% pure makeup, right?
Yes.
And then now for your redness, what are you doing with that? Because are you using a corrective concealer from 100% pure?
No. And I think that's probably just education for me.
Okay.
I don't know. Like now that I'm using video more, like I notice it. When we lived in Hawaii, I was much more tan. So I don't think it showed like it shows now.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't use any concealer at all. And that's the other thing too. Like I don't like it feeling heavy on my skin. And that's probably some of the reasons why I've shied away from like a base or a foundation. Like I just use a powder. I think the powder's kind of a blend, but I don't really like that feeling of my skin feels like suffocating or like caked on. And so that's probably why I've been hesitant to do like a concealer or something like that.
So we are both on video. Erin is I would say a financial coach.
Yes.
And obviously I'm a video too. So I actually don't have a foundation on right now. I just have a tinted primer on and a tinted moisturizer with concealer. I'm going to give you some other tips in a minute about that. But I do not like heavy makeup on. I want my skin to breathe and I want my skin to be nice underneath. And I like to say this, and I want everybody listening to know this. I'm not here to give flawless skin. I feel like that's so much pressure. I do not have flawless skin. I have rosacea, redness too, hyperpigmentation, all big pores, like all the things. But I want to give you your best skin. Like how can we make you feel good and have your best skin? Okay. Now, I didn't see a sunscreen on here. Are you using a sunscreen?
I have, it's Eminence too. I like have this like what is my mindset around sunscreen? And the short answer is no, I do not use it consistently.
Okay. Eminence, by the way, is a great brand. I love it.
Yes, that's what I use.
Yeah. All their products are really nice. And I made sure to still fall under the umbrella when I'm going to tweak your routine just a little bit. But I love their products. I always have. And whenever I go get a facial and they do have Eminence products, I'm like, ooh, I'm so excited to use their products. Okay. So we're going to unpack a little bit. So I really want to unpack. You said sometimes I'll start on a beauty routine and then I will stop, and I haven't explored it because I haven't built up the habit, or it feels like too much to do and keep doing. So what about your current routine feels like too much? Because I know you said you're not going to give yourself like more than 30 minutes. But that's so funny. But with your current routine, does that still feel too much? And
it's easy. It's easy.
Okay.
Like I love it. The products feel amazing. It feels great. That seems super simple to me. It's when my kid pulls out like the rose quartz roller, and then she has this other thing, and then this is the other thing. And it's just like all of the, it's like I said, 30, 45 minutes, but I think also too, I base it off of my child who actually loves to do that, so there's probably that difference there, but I am a big one in like, spending time on myself, money on myself. It's the only body I have. So I'm totally in for it. It's just, I want plant-based and breathable, like you said, things that will help my improve, or last, make my skin last longer, things of that sort. But what I'm doing right now feels good.
Okay. And I want to touch base on that. There is really a difference between you and your daughter. Your daughter's like me. We're like, woo, let's go for it. Oh my gosh, I'm putting this sheet mask on tonight. Like, we're so excited. And then there's other people like, what do I have to do? I'm with the bare minimum to get the results. So I feel like you're kind of in between where you're open to trying. I can add just a couple more things to your routine, but you still just want it super simple and easy. So I went through your routine. One thing I noticed, and that you don't have an exfoliator. I did not see an exfoliator.
Yes. So when we were in Portugal, I ended up buying, it was another like locally made, and I don't have the name of that, but I think that is, she and I were, it was like a mask and an exfoliator, like two different things that I bought for her that I ended up using because it felt amazing. But I don't have it. It's not a routine for me, right? So it's not something that I do every day. And so I would notice, I was supposed to, like when I get facial, she's like, use it every week. And then I didn't have a specific day I was using it. And so then one day turns into the next and I'm like, oh, I'm already at my facial again and I haven't even exfoliated. So I don't have one currently that I use. I think my daughter used up the Portuguese one.
Okay, so Eminence has definitely several exfoliators. They have a great enzyme mask that I think would do really well for you, because all you have to do is just literally put that on, and then you can be doing other things around the house, checking your email, do whatever, before you hop in the shower and then rinse it off.
Okay.
And so you don't even have to manually do it. And then I would love for you to add, I'm going to give you two options here. So that's a multi-mask. Now, I like the yam and pumpkin one for you. You could do that twice a week. And again, apply it to your skin first. Keep it on for like 10, 15 minutes. If it's feeling a little too spicy, then you can rinse it off a couple minutes, like build your skin up to it, and then hop in the shower. And then that way, I don't feel like I'm adding too much to it because you're putting it on, but then I'm letting you do other things. Even clean up your bathroom, like whatever, for 10 or 15 minutes. Because if you want that glow too, we've got to exfoliate that top layer of skin, because you're not going to ever see that glow because it's just dead skin cells over dead skin cells. You're just layering on top. And especially at our age, it needs help exfoliating and getting that underlayer off. So that's really going to help. The other thing is what you could do, and I don't know, I wanted to give you two options because I didn't know if this was pushing it or not, but I would love just to have you start derma rolling.
Okay.
And I know that I would even like you doing the derma rolling over the jade roller. Now, the jade roller is great. Don't get me wrong. Do you have to have a jade roller? No, it's fun. I like jade rolling because you can, if you do it, you can depuff under your eyes. You can maybe use it for lymphatic drainage if you know how to roll it. But your hands can do the same thing too. So if I'm going to give you a beauty tool, I would love to see the derma rolling. They're inexpensive. I have a video inside the app, so you don't have to worry about how to use it, clean it, sterilize it, or sanitize it. I have an app called La Pre Beauty. You download it and you literally can watch. We're in the bathroom together. You can just do the strokes with me, and I will also show you how to sterilize. And I noticed I didn't say sanitize. I said sterilize, because I want you to feel confident knowing, okay, this is sterilized. I can use these needles again on my skin. But derma rolling is a natural way for you to exfoliate your skin. And so just with your age range, we need to also focus on, and just keep in mind that we've got to help that collagen rebuild, because we're losing about 2% a year. So we need to stimulate that collagen. And you have a great, I would say, basic skincare routine, but we need to add some other things, or you're going to be calling me more for, you talk about your firmness. You're going to be calling me a little while, in a couple of years, like, hey, things are starting to go south a little bit. So I would love for you to start this now. Let's get ahead of the game. I love the serum that you're using, the firming fluid. So you're using the Eminence Bamboo Firming Fluid. So that one has apple stem cells in it. So that's really going to help you regenerate your cells. So that's a plant-based stem cell fluid. So what you could do, this is just me. Every esthetician is different, but this is my tip that I do personally on my own skin. I like to add the serum first. So you're going to have those apple stem cells on your skin. Then I'm going to have you derma roll it, because I'm going to push it into your skin. And then I want you to add another layer right on top, because now we've aerated your skin. We basically poked holes in your skin. We're infusing that serum. And then, we can help stimulate that skin. Let it breathe for a little bit. We won't talk about adding an LED mask quite yet. I'm going to come back to you on that later on. And then you can close it out and you can put on your moisturizer. I would do that twice a week right now. And I will send you all of this so you don't have to worry about it. I'm going to send you your routine. And then you can print this out so you don't have to think about it. Like, okay, I know what to do on Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night. So do you think that you could, are you open to adding the derma roller?
Yes, I heard you had a podcast about it. And then you also said there was a book. I haven't bought the book yet, but I was listening to the
That's
podcast.
an intense book.
Say it again.
That's an intense book. I know the estheticians would love it, but I may bore you to death with the needle depth and everything.
Yeah. So when I hear needles, I'm like, okay, painful. Is it painful or we don't really feel it? It's just, okay.
No, it's a 0.5 needle. And just to kind of, so you know about needles, If you're going to get them professional microneedling, okay, they're going to use numbing cream and they're going to have a higher needle depth, like 0.75, 1, I mean, all the way up to like 1.2 or 1.5, 1.75. Like, it keeps on going up. So this is a 0.5. I mean, it's very light. And you can always test it on your hand too. By the way, I do encourage you, I do derma roll my face, neck, and hands. And guess what? I timed it the other night and I think it took me 1.5 minutes to 2 minutes. That's because you learn how to do it fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm open to that. Yeah, I don't have any rebuttals.
Okay. So the other thing is I asked you about your sunscreen. So I'm going to actually change your sunscreen just a little bit. Eminence has a great sunscreen. I love their sunscreen. However, because I have just a few steps with you, I would love for you to change your sunscreen to OneSkin, because they have a mineral base, which I know Eminence does too, but they also have a special peptide formula inside their sunscreen. So I'm getting 2 things with one. So instead of me adding it to an extra serum, I wanted let's get that into her sunscreen, and you could put it on daily because I know you're very active. We talked before. You do all kinds of sports outside. So we've got to protect your skin, and that sunscreen is going to really help.
Okay.
With that. So I'll send you that. Are you open to a change in your sunscreen?
Yeah, no, open to changing sunscreen. It was more about like sunscreen in general. But I mean, I do notice like on my hands, like I do have sunspots. And I typically, when I wear my bathing suit, I wear a full coverage, long sleeve all the way down, and it's just a one piece. So it's really just my legs, but it's more my face and then my hands.
So we want to, and I think that's awesome. I'm so proud of you for doing that because we need to keep covered. For the dark spots on your hands, the derma rolling is going to help that a little bit. So you're going to notice that that's going to go down a little bit. And the OneSkin is going to also protect, obviously, your skin. They have a body one and they have a face one. They are different. I feel like the body's thicker, obviously, for the body, and the face is a little bit lighter. So I do get a body and a face. I have been in a bind and I've gotten the body. I'm like, ooh, I can feel this is sunscreen.
Like it's heavier?
It's heavier. So I do prefer the face one. Okay. The other thing, I know that we talked a little bit about just really briefly, you are very health conscious. You eat really well. And I wanted to ask you your intake internally. Are you adding a collagen to your diet?
I forgot to add that to the list. So I use 𝗀𝗵𝗴𝗴𝗏. It's called.
Oh my gosh, that was on my list.
Okay. It's called Glow, but yes. I don't know if it's actually like, it's such a good drink. Like I love it other than water, but I don't know. I think I've been using it for 2 months. Like this is where I'm talking about, like, can you actually tell? Like, how can we're doing these things, but like, what are we noticing that it's helping?
Okay, I'll tell you how to tell.
Okay.
Collagen is not just for the skin. If you get off it for a few weeks, let me know if your joints or your bones are feeling it. And if you're like, ooh, I feel a little stiff, I feel a little whatever, then you're like, oh, my collagen is working. And the thing about collagen, I think people get this wrong. They're thinking, oh, if I just add this one thing, my skin's going to look amazing. No, it takes a lot. It takes multiple things for their collagen to get back up. So it's not just adding a collagen here. I do so many things with trying to rejuvenate my collagen. It's both internal and external. So we're constantly trying to work on that collagen. So it's not just one thing. But I love that you're using 𝗀𝗵𝗴𝗏, especially, I use something different, but obviously I'm not plant-based, so I won't even tell you about my bone broth too. But that's the one I was going to.
The Glow. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one I had for you. So good job, Erin. That's awesome. So thank you so much, Erin. The other thing I wanted to tell you is that with your moisturizer and oil combination at night, put your moisturizer on first and then put your oil on after. So don't do the reverse because you're blocking it. So moisturizer first, because you want to go from thinnest to thickest, and then your oil on top of your moisturizer.
Okay, so when you said, and I know you're going to send this to me, but when I got out of the shower, you said to put on my bamboo fluid. Did I hear that correctly?
Yes. So you're going to wash your face, You're going to do the hydrating oil, firming fluid. Yes. Then you would put your moisturizer on, and then your oil is going to be your last step. That's your night routine.
Okay. So I'm going to put my bamboo fluid on first.
Yeah.
Then my coconut cream.
Yep.
Then I'm going to put my 𝗀𝗶𝗴𝗴𝗃, however you pronounce it.
Yep. Then your oil.
Okay.
Yep. And I'll send this everything.
Yeah. And all of that gets absorbed in your skin. Like it feels like it's layered. Like does all of that I mean, I know our skin absorbs.
It does. You want a thin layer. You don't need a lot of product. You want a thin layer. And then I always tell people, please wait a minute or two in between. I personally think you should. So I will do something else. So one thing I don't do, and a lot of people don't talk about this, is I don't brush my teeth in between. I brush my teeth in the shower. And there's a reason. Good. There's a reason for that. And then it's when I get out of the shower, I do my water pick. I do all of that. You want to do that before your skincare, because then otherwise that bacteria can get all over, and that's a whole other talk show. Not talk show, but whole other podcast for that.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, no, I floss and brush in the shower, and then when I get out, that's when I do my face.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And now you're going to do
I'm doing pretty good.
You are doing so good. We just had a couple of tweaks. So do you feel good about this?
Yeah, no, that feels like super, super simple to me, and yeah, really easy, and not like, and I'm even open to the LED light because I know my kid probably would do that too. So I mean, I'm open to that. It's with the masks, like you were talking about the one exfoliator. With the mask, it's like, because I use glasses to read, it's like as soon as I put a mask on, I either have, like, there's not a lot that I can do. And I like the idea of what you have of the other, because then you can still do stuff versus your mask is on. And it's like, you can't really, you're either in the hanging out, and like I would take a bath sometimes and do the mask. So that's nice that the suggestion that you have is not.
Enzymes are ezy. You put it on, you don't feel like this, it's not that bad. And you feel it working. And then I wear glasses too. And then I just get in the shower and rinse it off, and then it's done. Because it's like a chemical exfoliant. It's really nice.
I do remember, I'll have to get it for you. It was an Eminence, but it was but blue. It was some type of either mask or exfoliator, and it was like, I know tingly, but it got really, like, I have sensitive skin, and so I think that's probably subconsciously a thing that has held me back from doing stuff, because there's been facials that I've received that it burns, really like burned the skin.
Yeah.
So I'm always so hesitant. But what you were talking about, the pumpkin, I don't think I've ever either had that or had any experience with it.
For the enzyme with that one, it had, I think it was yam and pumpkin. Yeah. And then if it does, you would just keep it on you need to build your skin up to it. Okay. So let's start with a low, just a few minutes, and then build up to it.
Okay.
For that.
Yeah.
Well, thanks, Erin.
I'm excited. Thank you.
You're welcome. I'll send everything in the show notes to you.
Okay. Thank you.